And out on the floor, shaking off the pregame jitters, these guys. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. On paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
And here's Memphis's starting group. Ja Morant is out there with Vince Williams. Then it's Jaren Jackson. Then it's Edey. And it's Stevens in at the small forward position.
Lowry doesn't have much fear when it comes to drawing contact. All he's worried about is putting up points on the board.
And so he makes both from the line. After 3 straight playoff appearances, the Grizzlies sadly missed the postseason in 2024, Grant.
You know, really, by no fault of their own, B.A. Injuries ruined what fans were hoping would be a big year for them. You know, it just goes to show there's no safe bets in this league.
Now here's George. This one for 3. He drops it from range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Drummond against Morant. Jackson for 3. Drummond grabs the miss.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Lowry finds Oubre. And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Richard, every team wants three-point shooters and rim protection. Jaren Jackson Jr. gives you both.
Oh, he is the prototypical big man. He's Defensive Player of the Year. He's led the league in blocks on multiple occasions, and he can stretch the floor and shoot threes.
George, and the jam by George.
He's not going to take it easy when he gets to the bucket. George will hammer it home.
Here's Morant. Oubre with a steal. And here's the fast break. Lowry with it. Guarded now by Williams. Lets it fly. Lowry, no good.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse.
They were concerned with Jaren Jackson Jr. on both ends of the floor. Coach saying defensively, Triple J covers so much space, a blocking machine. And on the other side of the ball, Jaren has serious skill for a man of his size. He's a tough game plan for us. Jaren Jackson Jr., a two-way menace. Brian?
Allie, thank you. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Williams passes to Jackson. Off target from three-point range.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
To the wing, right side. Out to Oubre. Here's Embiid. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
So much strength from Embiid. It would take a special defender to slow him down.
Morant looking for an opening. Embiid against Jackson from outside the arc. Hits the three-pointer.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
That's good from Embiid on the assist from Lowry. Embiid's got the second bucket on the night.
Look, inside, Embiid just has all the tools for success. The height, the power, and more importantly, the tenacity.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Driving to the basket, and the layup is good off the glass. Morant's got 8 points.
That first step of Ja, he's one of the few guys that's not only quick, but fast. And this man is lightning fast.
Embiid finds Oubre. Now here's George. He's got 5. The rebound by Edey.
That's just a bucket play like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
On target from range. 11 points in the game.
With the defense geared to challenge Miranda to cup, that little stop and pop is deadly.
Embiid misses. And here's Memphis. They're on a 13-4 run. And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
For 3, George. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. George has got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Moran against George. Jackson outside. They set the pick. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And so Lowry will bring it up for Philadelphia. Trailing by 4. Embiid with it. Guarded now by Williams. Oh, and the dunk by George.
A great look provided by Embiid. The big man just dropping dimes.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score, so.
Here's Lowry with the drive. And stolen by Williams. The finish. And Williams punches it home.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Ja Morant, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Memphis. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
So on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Luke Kennard out there with Desmond Bane. Then it's Marvin Bagley. Then it's John Conchar. And it's Jackson in at the 4.
Good decision-making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Ryan, the Sixers' 2 stars make a great pairing. Maxey said of Embiid, since I was a rookie, he's had the ultimate faith and believed in me. And Embiid said of Maxey, he's something else. Always smiling with the same energy. Good games, bad games, always the same. People like that set the tone for everybody else. Ryan?
That's a good call, Allie. Thank you. Jackson, the screen. Kennard for 3. The rebound by Yabusele. 76ers trail by 7. Pass to Bona. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Excellent movement on the play. The pass on time and on point.
We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast. If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Kennard for 3. Drills it from deep. Kennard's got his 2nd basket on the night.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
And the basket by Edwards.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Philadelphia has gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Pass to Bona. Out to the right wing. Yabusele. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. Memphis leading by 3. The 3 from Bain. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Bain against Maxey. Here's Yabusele. Pass to Grimes. Outside Maxey. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. The offensive rebound. The ball's knocked loose. Kennard, right side. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. Launches it. And another 3 from Memphis.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Maxey passes to Grimes. Out to the right wing. Yabusele hooked that. He's got 5.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is given.
Kennard for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Horner's got his 5th rebound in this one. Edwards with it. Checked by Bagley. Here's Yabusele. Pass to Bona. Over to the wing. Here's Grimes. Up and over Kennard from behind the arc. Memphis with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Kennard on the wing. From the arc. Count it. He's 4 for 8 now.
3.
76ers trail by 9. And there's a pick. For 3, Maxey. Conchar pulls it in. The Grizzlies have gotten 6 of their 12 attempts to go since the end of the first. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Philadelphia foul. Quentin Grimes. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
There's 18 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Bagley sets a screen. Bain, the pass to Bagley. 6 to shoot. Kennard outside. Bagley, a screen on Maxey. Kennard for 3. And another 3 for Memphis.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Memphis shooting their first free throw of the night here. Here's Bagley. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. Memphis ahead. They lead by 13. And we've got more action coming your way after this break.
43.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Boy, it's been quite a game for Luke Kennard.
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
They've got Andre Drummond, Kyle Lowry out there with Paul George. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Oubre in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Richard, for years, the Grizzlies team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves.
Grizzlies lead by 16. The fader, and another basket for Memphis.
Despite his relatively quiet night, they are still winning, and that just shows this team is more than just about one guy.
Outside Oubre. Out to Lowry. It's George on the wing. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Well, Grant, you often hear about how smooth Paul George's game is.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Young players could learn a lot by watching his footwork. His timing, his ability to find the space he needs, it's just tremendous.
And so Moran will bring it up for Memphis. 17-point game. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie.
Oh, Moran sinks the answer with authority. He's feeling the competitive fire after that last tray.
The three, George. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist. Lowry's got 3 assists tonight. Jackson with a screen on George. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by George. 76ers trail by 14. Pass to Lowry. Back to George. The rebound by Jackson.
He tried to get spicy and totally whiffed, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least about a week.
Sinks the tray. Jackson's got 11 points.
Showing he can make this shot. Give Jackson Jr. room to take the triple. Oh, and he will.
Lowry finds George. Back to Lowry. The 3-ball. Grizzlies with the rebound. And now the Grizzlies on the run. Deflects the pass. Out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball.
Sixers ball.
Philadelphia's gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Kicks it to George.
I see him.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Embiid can't hit.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And it's Moran off the drive. Again, the Grizzlies. Good for 2 more. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., when teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
Jackson outside. Fires from deep. And a great assist by Moran as that one goes. 14 points for him.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's George, and down it goes. 2 points.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
Jackson against Embiid. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
George, good.
And you got to appreciate the competitive fire on display. It's almost like George says, you make one on me, I'm coming back at you for revenge.
From deep, Morant. The rebound by Embiid. 76ers trail by 17. Kicks it to George. And the 76ers another 3.
Just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 10 here in the second half. Pass to Edey. Now here's Williams. Now Morant. Jackson with a screen on George. Jackson outside. Shoots over Embiid. Jackson can't get it to go. The 76ers have gone 6 for 9 in the half. George. And the jam by George.
B.A., forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. Jackson right side. And that's not gonna go. And so it's Memphis now holding a 12-point lead. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth. They've got John Conchar. G.G. Jackson is out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Desmond Bane, and it's Kennard in at the 2. The open shot by Edwards with nobody on him. He buries that jumper.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Kennard can't get it to go.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Grimes' shot is off, and he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Grizzlies.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition. Just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Maxey with it, now guarded by Conchar. Maxey, that's good.
Remarkable work in transition. Maxey just overwhelms the defense when the break is on.
Maxey against Kennard. Jackson outside. Pass to Bane. Jackson the screen. Bane surveying the D. Memphis needs to get off a shot. And another miss by Memphis. 76ers trail by 11. Here's Maxey. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
He's a small guy with big hops. Maxey goes up high for that finish.
Bane, the pass to Conchar. There's Jackson with the 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter. Pass to Edwards. Back to Maxey. Edwards a screen on Bane. For 3, Maxey. Kennard with the rebound. Memphis leading by 12. From deep, Bane. Rebound by Philadelphia. Corner's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Grimes. Now Maxey. Over to the left wing. Yabusele. And it's Bagley with the rebound.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And it's a completely new group for the 76ers. They set the pick. Kennard passes to Bane. Back to Kennard. The 3 knocks down the triple. Kennard's got 19 points.
Woo. That man is laser focused. That's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. You gotta at least show a little heart out here.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Edey's checked in for Bagley. Jackson comes in for Jackson. Stevens is checked in for Conchar. And it's Ja Morant in for Kennard. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
And that one's good. Morant.
3 points.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Oubre passes to George. Grizzlies with the rebound. They led the game at 1 point by 20.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Grizzlies.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And what a huge performance it was for Ja Morant.
Oh, he was at the center of everything that happened in this game. His energy was felt throughout the building, and his impact, well, it was incredible.
Lowry against Morant. For three, George. And that comes off the assist by Lowry.
And that's how you orchestrate the offense. Lowry showing the vision and the unselfishness.
Pass to Jackson. From outside the arc. No good there. And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. Down by 12. Here's George. And the jam by George. Got a piece of it. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Morant. Embiid against Jackson. Pass to Stevens. 5 on the clock. And here's Morant outside. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Philadelphia ball.
On the attack, Embiid. And so it's Memphis winning this one. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation. Greg, we're sure to see a lot of quality basketball here tonight, given the veteran talent on both sides.
Yeah, tremendously high IQs from both teams, so expect a clean game. And some of these players have been through it all in this league.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Down in the block, it'll be Kawhi next to Zubac. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot. And it's in there.
Looming large on the interior. It'd be hard to deny.
Takes it out to Leonard.
With the assist.
Driving inside. It's Drummond with the rebound.
Okay, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Now here's Lowry. For 3, Oubre. Harden grabs the miss. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Pass to Zubac. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, in the paint, Zubac is going to get aggressive and not going to hold back. Put contact on him. He's going through you.
And Zubac has proven that, Brent, there's still a place in the league for old school centers.
Well, I think he plays, Kevin, with a combination of talent around him that allows him to situate himself right where he needs to be. Impactful around the basket, a huge rebounding presence, a guy that brings some physicality, and he's been in a perfect slot to show why it is he's such a valuable NBA player.
Now here's Embiid. Oubre sets the screen for George. To Embiid, fires from deep, hits the three-point bomb. Embiid's got 5 points so far.
Come on, Joel Embiid. I mean, 7-footers are not supposed to shoot like that.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Shakes him, and the dunk by Zubac.
Doesn't get any easier for Zubac. He'll take those anytime he gets them.
Lowry with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Embiid inside the line. Rebound by the Clippers.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Lowry against Harden. Outside, George fires the 3. A shot, no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Now, I asked him how they plan to limit the effectiveness of Kawhi Leonard. Coach said the thing with Kawhi is that even if you're able to slow him down offensively, he'll find a way to impact the game with his defense. He's one of the best two-way players the game has ever seen. So they won't have a moment's rest tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
And James Harden with the 3.
Well, you better be right up on James Harden or else he's going to bury these threes, and he will do it in bunches.
Lowry kicks to George. And there's the whistle that goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
From deep, George bangs home the trifecta. George has got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, you want those 3 points back? Give it to Paul George.
Harden dishes to Leonard. Harden outside. Leonard with the ball. Lowry picks him up. 4 on the clock. Here's Dunn. And a miss there on the triple. The 76ers trail by 3. Oubre kicks to George. Pass to Embiid. Back to George. Oubre outside. A shot missing. Good D by Harden. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the night.
And what's remarkable is how complete Harden's game is. Making shots or making passes, he can create points in a number of ways.
Leonard with a screen on George. It's Harden with the drive. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Harden's got 6.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
They're controlling the pace of this game, pushing the ball up the court and getting good looks in early offense.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Simmons is out there with Drew Eubanks. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Coffey in at the small forward. Here's Edwards. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Yeah, spotting the open teammate there. Nice work by Maxey.
Bogdanovich inside. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Down low. Here's Bona. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thank you. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into a starring role with the 76ers. He says these guys have the ultimate confidence in me, all the way from the organization down to the players. So I can just go out there and be aggressive, play my game, even through mistakes. It's all part of extraordinary growth for the guard. Kevin?
Yeah, thanks. He is rewarding their faith. And I love his statement on growth. He's always looking to expand.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two. Defense is one of Simmons' strong suits. He puts his wingspan to work on that.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking. I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
That's pretty much not how they would defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Bogdanovich passes to Simmons. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Powell sets a screen for Bogdanovich. Now here's Powell. Scoreless thus far. And it's Bona with the rebound. And it's Maxey with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. 7-point differential. Pass to Bona. Philadelphia moving the ball around. They set the pick. Inside. Maxey against Bogdanovich. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And don't sleep on Maxey's vertical. He's great at using it to hammer those down.
It's stolen by Edwards. Maxey against Powell.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
And the closer Simmons gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes. I love watching him in attack mode.
It's good. Busele's got his first points of the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And slam dunk by Maxey.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
And Simmons kicks to Powell. Jacks up a three. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Norman Powell really knocking it down here and hurting this team from distance.
It's Edwards on the wing. .112 left in the first half. Here's Bona. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Bona's got his first points of the night.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
The shot by Powell, no good. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And it's good for 2.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Yes, that goes in. Simmons got 8 here in the quarter. The 76ers lead. Maxey on the wing. Guarded by Powell. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
There's 25 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Yabusele. And the 3 off target. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9.
Great shooting off the pass. Get the feet set. Good balance. Bogdanovich dangerous.
On top, Maxey. There's the triple. Nice shot by Yabusele. Yabusele's got 5.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
32. Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up that shot.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
They've got Drummond, Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Lowry. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half, where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting. Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Jones against George. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
To the middle. Here's Jones, and Jones with the stuff.
assisted
And he's
by
an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's George driving the lane. Drummond dishes to Embiid. Nobody near George. That's in, coming off the assist from Embiid. George has got 10.
And this is the way to stretch the floor. PG-13 with a good look from the corner. And he nails it. And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn.
his second.
That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Philadelphia moving the ball around. George looking over the floor. Back to Drummond. Clock at 6. Outside for George. Leonard with the steal.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
First team foul.
Harden against George. Harden the pass to Leonard. Now done. Harden outside. Jones sets the pick for Harden. To the inside. Oh, and the dunk by Jones. Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Clippers have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be one.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Philadelphia.
Difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And he knocks down the first one. And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Lowry kicks to George. Puts up a deep 3. Here's Embiid. Embiid going all out.
Talk about effort. Embiid staying with them.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. Kicks it out to Harden. On the wing, Jones. And the 3 ball is good. Jones has got 7 points here in this quarter. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Lowry against Dunn. Lowry setting the pick for Embiid. The big man Embiid converts inside.
Oh, good execution there. Lowry with a pinpoint pass.
And here's Harden. 13 points in the game. And the dunk by Zubac.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Drummond with a screen on Jones. George finds Drummond. Back to George. It's stolen by Jones. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Lowry. An easy 2 points on the layup. Lowry's got his first 2 points of the night.
So good at knifing his way inside. Lowry only needs just a sliver of daylight, and he's on the attack.
Leonard with no one around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Clippers lead by 3.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. They've got Simmons, Bogdanovich out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Drew Eubanks. And it's Coffey in at the 3, the small forward.
And Maxey plays with so much energy. That time he wills that one in off the contact.
Here's Coffey. That 3 off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Maxey. And the shot goes in. Maxey's got 4 points. This quarter.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
It's Powell with the drive. A putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And the Clippers going with a whole new group out there. A 3 from George. Connects from three-point range.
George, a volume three-point shooter. He possesses outstanding confidence and leans into that perimeter game.
And the basket by Harden.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Maxey into the lane. And here's George for 3. Traps in the tray. George has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the 76ers. He takes it in. Not as good as the 76ers lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Harden.
Oh, one of these monster nights from James Harden.
Maxey with it. Jones covering. And Drummond kicks to George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
At the line for your 6th.
And George drops them both.
You know, Paul George, really a true two-way player in the NBA. He gives you so much on both ends, so you get all-star value offensively and defensively.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Maxey.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Harden against George. Zubats kicks to Leonard. Zubats with the screen for Leonard. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
Just think of how much of a difference Kawhi Leonard is for this team. When he's healthy, he is an absolute force.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Harden, no good. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 15-6 run. And there's a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's foul number 2 for him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Jones against George. Pass to Drummond. Outside, George. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
What's the pick used for? It's used for separation, and Paul George got it there.
Dunn passes to Zubats. Kicks it out to Harden. A 3 from Leonard. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists in the game.
Showing no hesitation, and in a huge moment, Kawhi wants the ball when they need a bucket.
And it's George finishing it off.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the 76ers?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down threes to win games these days.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Maxey attacking. Outside, George. On the clock, and Bede with the screen on Jones. Here he goes. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 8. Here's Leonard. Kawhi with the flush.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
Here's George. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
As a screener, you know you're going to get hit. You're going to absorb some contact, but it's worth it. It opens up things for your teammates.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Simmons comes in for Jones. And it's Drew Eubanks in for Chris Dunn. They get it back. Simmons kicks it out to Harden. Zubac against Oubre. Goes back up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kelly Oubre.
Look at Zubac shaking up the defense with a pump fake. That's a savvy move.
For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac.
And both free throws good for Zubac. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Team is already in the penalty. At the line,
he makes the second free throw, and that will put them up by 9.
Taking 3.
And no good on the 3rd free throw, so he ends up going 2 of 3.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe now.
And here's Leonard from 3.
Ivica Zubac.
Here's Maxey. Gets the bucket. So it's the 76ers winning this. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
Allie, on paper, this game is something of a mismatch, Doris.
Yes, it is, but it's always dangerous when one team is expected to win by a large margin. Because why? Human nature. Can't skip steps. These are still professional basketball players. That underdog can be a real dog.
Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard out there.
Oh,
hammers it home.
So nice. Oh, putting on a show for the fans. Morant's skills making it look like a circus in here.
Simmons with it. Guarded by Morant. Harden fires away from outside. Williams grabs the board. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies. I asked him how they'll approach the matchup against James Harden. Coach told me, well, James is at his best going to the rim and operating behind the three-point line, so we want to try and force him to work in that in-between area as best as we can. They'll be following the analytics with that defensive strategy, BA.
And Allie, thank you for that. Doris, not long ago, the Clippers were not associated with star power.
Very true, BA, but they are now. And it's not just the talent that they have, it's the experience that their guys bring to the court. They now have a core of big-time players who've been through virtually everything in the league.
Simmons, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Boy, when Simmons looks to score, it just balances that ability to pass the basketball. Love when he's aggressive.
Good on the second one. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. From deep, Morant. And again, it's Memphis with a three.
Yeah, Morant showing a bit of confidence knocking down that three.
Simmons, the pass to Harden. The Clippers rebound. Leonard for three. Fires in the triple.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. And it's Morant off the drive. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And the bounce that Morant possesses is unlike anyone else at his position.
Williams against Simmons. Over Williams. No good off the glass. Memphis has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Stevens' shot is off. Harden with it, guarded by Morant. Harden, the pass to Simmons. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden. Simmons has got 5.
This is where it's absolutely terrifying to see a 6'11" streaking Ben Simmons coming at you in transition.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Doris, looking back at James Harden's time in Houston, what an incredible individual run he went on.
Come on, Brian. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 5 times with the Rockets. Came so close to getting to an NBA Finals. He's still beloved in the city of Houston.
Chalk up 2 there.
The toughness and tenacity very much describe Kawhi Leonard's game.
Jackson for 3. It's rebounded by Zubac. The Clippers trail. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results.
Memphis has gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. To the right side. Outside Morant. From downtown. Unable to get that one. And Simmons has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Here's Dunn. Finished off the break.
This is what Ben Simmons does, guys. If someone's open, he will find him.
And there's Edey. That's good. And the assist by Morant.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Harden, the pass to Leonard. He got a piece of it. Here's Stevens. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Jackson outside. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. They set the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Outside for Morant. Overdone. Morant, no good. For Los Angeles, they've got half their attempts to go. 6 of 12. And it's Simmons with the jam.
This close to the rim, Ben Simmons just leaves, no doubt.
Jackson outside. Puts up a deep three. Good, and the setup by Morant. Morant's got 3 assists now in this one. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
The shot's good. Leonard's got 7.
Well, we know he's got a lot of tools in the toolbox, but the finger roll might be the sweetest of them all.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. It could go, and it's good.
2 minutes are allowed to review.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
And I couldn't tell exactly what happened. And apparently, I guess the refs didn't get a clear look at it either.
Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. It's Los Angeles up 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Clippers.
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Jackson out there with John Conchar. Then it's Desmond Bain. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Bagley in at the center position. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Coffee on the wing, defended by Jackson. Here's Eubanks. Outside Jones.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
It takes precision timing for sure. Well, Doris, whenever Derek Jones Jr. is out there, we're all expecting a highlight from him.
Oh, there's no question. The dunk champion back in 2020, this guy is only 6'6", but his hops, some of the epic throwdowns he has, oh my goodness.
4 on the clock. Kicks it out to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. Hits the trifecta. Kennard's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
This, folks, is what a pure shooter looks like. Luke Kennard, so good from range.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Kennard can't get it to go.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Batum's shot is off. Grizzlies trail by 4. Pass to Bagley. Taken away. In transition, here come the Clippers. And yep, it's good. Batum's got his first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, look at Nick Batum get out in the open floor and finish ahead in transition. That is nice.
And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Here's Bagley. Conchar outside. Drills it from deep. Konchar's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Grizzlies great Marc Gasol last season retiring from basketball. He embraced the city of Memphis. He said, quote, "I think a player has to feel that it's their city and they have to fight for it. You play with a different mindset when you do that. To me, winning was the most important thing."
And they did a lot of winning, Allie. The Clippers lead by 3, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on G.G. Jackson. That's his first foul. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Bain comes with a double. Pass to Batum. for three. All right, Doris, what do you think separates the good teams from the great teams at crunch time?
Boy, I think there's a lot of things, Brian, that separate that. Number one, can you execute on both ends when it's a clutch game? Can you absorb the pressure of a moment, understanding time and score, how to get a quality shot on every possession, how to string together multiple stops? Can you make shots under duress of great defense? There are so many things that differentiate between the good and the championship. Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
To the left side wing. Bagley passes to Kennard. Bagley sets a screen. And again, it's Memphis with a three.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
From deep, Bain. Stayed with it, but couldn't get it to fall. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Bogdanovich from long range. He drops it from range. Bogdanovich has got 6 here in the quarter.
And this is why Bogdanovich is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
Tipped away. Ooh, good D by Bagley.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Out of bounds. It'll be the Clippers' ball. The Clippers have gotten 5 of their first 11 shots to fall here in the second quarter. Bogdanovich against Bain. Bogdanovich, that's good. Bogdanovich has got 8 points.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Los Angeles. They lead by 2. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, Guy.
All right, good stuff, Allie. And we'll get back to the action at the start of the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Without question, Kawhi Leonard displaying his skills today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Checking out the group for Ty Lue to start the second half. James Harden out there with Chris Dunn. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Ivica Zubac. And it's Simmons in at the power forward position. Ja slices through, and Kawhi Leonard gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Morant. It's blocked.
How about Zubac? Works so hard on the defensive end. Nicely done.
Leonard up top. He's got 9. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time. Simmons has got 3 assists in the game. Morant finds Jackson. Lets a 3 fly. Outside for Morant. The floater. Oh, Morant from close range.
Morant not afraid to get in there and play big, showing his toughness in close.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. First one falls for him.
At the line for the Clippers,
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. The Grizzlies have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Jackson outside. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And he banks in the layup.
I love the strength shown by Jackson there, refusing to let the defense have the last word.
Harden, the pass to Zubac. Harden against Morant. Lets a floater go, and it's rejected. To the paint. And stolen by Leonard. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Here's Dunn. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's elite.
There's no question about it, Brian. And it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career. But boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you could want.
And one thing that Morant has always been elite at, finding a seam in a defense and getting to the rim, Grant.
Yeah, any crack allows him to get inside. And as good as anyone at splitting a double, which he sees a lot of. So once inside, he can finish with authority or kick it out to a shooter.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line. And boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Inside, Simmons. And it's Simmons with the jam.
Boy, when asked to take on this role, guys, Kawhi Leonard has proven to be a reliable facilitator.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
We know Kawhi Leonard is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Butler said, there are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian, Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities.
Come get it, come get it.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Kawhi all business right now. Defense better get started. It's going to be a long night.
And then Morant with the dunk.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh, there is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
And it's Morant off the drive. Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
The quick feet of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
Pass to Zubac. Zubac, screen. There's the triple. Memphis with a rebound. Edey's got 4 rebounds now. Right side Morant. Jackson outside. And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. So Memphis ends up going with a new group. Some changes for Los Angeles. Jackson the screen. Kennard outside. Shot clock at 6. Conchar outside. The fadeaway. Kicks it out to Bane. Goes back up. Kennard for 3. Cranes the triple. Kennard's got 9 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Desmond Bane, Jackson out there with John Conchar. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's Bagley in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Jones misses.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Kept alive. Bagley passes to Jackson. Out to Bagley. Just 5 to shoot. 3-pointer off the mark.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
Jones from outside. Buries it from 3. And that ties it up.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And a new group. Getting ready for Memphis. Edie's checked in for Bagley. Jackson comes in for Jackson. Stevens is checked in for Concho. And it's Ja Morant in for Kennard. Jones, he's checked in for Dunn. Here's Edie. It's rebounded by Zubats.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Simmons, the pass to Zubats. Harden fires away from outside, and he misses the go-ahead basket. And so it's Morant who brings up the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant hammers it down hard.
And tearing them to shreds tonight. You know, when a player as versatile as Morant starts going off, look out.
Outside Jones. Zubats, screen. Poked loose. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Morant. Simmons, the pass to Jones. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Jackson.
And how about the defense from Jackson Jr.? Doing just about whatever he can to make shooters uncomfortable.
Oh, there's Morant with the slam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Heading play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Their hot shooting from long distance has been the key. Spacing the floor and rising up with that confidence.
They've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Here's Stevens, defended by Harden. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Zubats. Zubats has got 4 rebounds now. The teardrop. Count that bucket.
Oh, can you say important bucket by Harden? James always wants the ball in these moments. Love it.
And it's Morant off the drive. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Left side, Harden. Pass to Simmons to take the lead. It's good. Off the assist from Harden. Harden's got assist number 5 here tonight. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
Their defense has been on point all game long. They're out hustling the shooters and swatting down plenty of shots.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
Leonard passes to Zubats. Right side, Simmons. Simmons with a screen on Jackson. Leonard for 3. The rebound by Edie. Edie's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Jackson. Ooh, great D that time from Simmons. Pass to Jones. Harden with it. Leonard with a screen on Bain. Harden into the lane, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 6 here in the quarter.
Oh, my goodness. What an elusive move by James Harden. Not only the ability to put it on the deck, but the ability to make that shot. That's tough.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Jackson outside. There's 37 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Jackson, the screen. The The drive by Morant. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. And no surprise here at this stage of the game. Take another look at the call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry. They can't go empty on any of their possessions from here on out.
And no time to waste, not at this point in the game.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Leonard. And the foul is called. He missed. And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their good call.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. Can't knock it down, and they really needed that one. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter here, and he commits the intentional foul. He gets the first, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
Couldn't have asked for anything better there. Only a 3 can tie it now.
Leonard with a screen on Morant. Leonard on the wing. Outside Harden. Launches a 3. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. And so it's the Grizzlies who come out.
paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blower, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Lowry. Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's George in at the 2 spot. Shot clock at 5. Jackson from long range. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Lowry passes to George. Back to Lowry. Outside, George. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Now, here's George. Here's Embiid. Drains the 19-footer.
Embiid's mid-range touch is really improving. It's noticeable.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players throw down the sledgehammer!
No, he didn't. No, he didn't do that.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
And fellas, he pulled it off to perfection.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted, ready to fire.
Lowry kicks to George. Pass to Oubre. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
They set the pick. Here's Stephens. Back to Jackson. Morant with the screen on Embiid. There's Jackson with the 3. Oubre pulls it in.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Wasted no time on that one.
Nice rhythm to that play right there, and George was ready to fire.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And finished by Morant.
A solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now, he's got a big smile on his face.
George. Lowry kicks to Embiid. Oubre, a screen on Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Morant. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Oubre. The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Back to Lowry. Outside for George. Pass to Lowry. Here's Embiid. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And it's George again missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Stevens. Knocks down the 3-ball.
It's like reading a picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. The challenge is slowing down Joel Embiid. Asked coach what the game plan was. He said with Embiid, you know he's going to get to the line. You know he's going to get his. Our goal is to keep him away from the basket. If we get him settling for jumpers, that's a win for us. We'll see if they can force him to become a shooter in this one. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Lowry finds Embiid. Back to Lowry. From deep, George drills the 3-pointer. George has got 6 points.
That last 3 must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer. And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Oubre kicks to Embiid. Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Embiid with the assist. 9 points in the game so far.
Smooth and consistent. That's how I describe George's three-point shooting.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
George passes to Embiid. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Embiid's got his second basket of the night.
Not known for a quick release, but Embiid showing he has that ability as well.
Pass to Edey. Outside Jackson. It'll count. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
G.G. Jackson is out there with Bagley. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's John Konchar. And it's Bane in at the guard position. That's the group from Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Kennard kicks to Bane. Trains it from beyond the arc. Bane's got his first 3 points of the game.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively. What does he do best?
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love being around his energy and the way he plays. So not only does he play with great confidence, I think he infuses in his teammates a joy and a confidence that lifts them up too.
We've seen Tyrese Maxey and his game go to another level. Clark, what makes him a top-level scorer in your opinion?
Kevin, there are a couple of things that really stand out. His sheer speed with the ball is remarkable. His fearlessness and confidence, every great scorer has that. And his ability to knock down the three-point shot off the catch or off the dribble gives him an added step of quickness when he's taking it to the rack. And all of that makes him a dynamic scorer.
There's the screen. Bane looking around. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you.
Strong take by the wily Maxey. He is fantastic at turning on the Jets.
On the wing, Bane. He's covered by Maxey.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
Woo. That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring.
Hey, bump the move. How about the finish? That's right, fella. Bang that thing.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Second team foul.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Maxey finds Edwards. Fires the three, and the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket for Maxey. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist to this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Out to Edwards. No good on the three. Memphis leading by 3. Bain against Edwards. Bain passes to Kennard. Bagley sets a screen for Kennard. And the 3 off target.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And that one's good, Maxey.
When Maxey is clicking on all cylinders, he is a tough guy to slow down.
They set the pick. Outside Jackson. Pass to Conchar. Outside for Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss. And it's Maxey with the ball for the 76ers. They trail by 1. 36 seconds left in the second quarter. And he makes good on the way up. Maxey's got 15.
That's where Maxey's at his best. He wants to get the ball inside.
Pass to Conchar. Bagley with a wide open look. Buries it from 3-point range. And the Grizzlies lead by 2. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Maxey into the lane. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. Marvin Bagley picks one up.
Maxey makes things happen with his hard work and determination as a scorer.
Gordon against Kennard. Bagley with a screen on Gordon. Outside for Bagley. Here's Conchar. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for the 76ers. They kept going to him again and again. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Embiid is out there with Oubre. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Lowry. And it's George in at the 2, the 76ers leader. You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime and Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
Clock at 4. Lowry kicks to Embiid. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
You can tolerate gaps like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
To the wing right side. No good from outside. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here.
I think of Andre Drummond as a big man. He's a steadfast presence in the paint. Really focuses on owning the backboard and attacking the rim.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Paul George with the steal. Pass to Embiid. This one for 3. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Morant. Softly drops in the floater. Morant's got 16.
The delicate touch on display there. Gotta love when Morant lets that floater fly off his fingertips. Beautiful.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Yeah, you know, that was one spot where they didn't have to worry about him at all. I mean, at the free throw line, he was automatic.
And they call an illegal screen here.
That's great. And not the most common calls you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Lowry dishes to George. Back to Lowry. Pass to George. Got it. Good job in the low post. And it's a 9-point 76ers lead.
PG-13, using that length inside.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. George finds Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Memphis ball.
Morant, right side. Off target from three-point range. The 76ers leading by 6. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G.A. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. 14 foul.
Here's Max. He's got 18. Edwards passes to Maxey. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Edwards. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Memphis ball.
There's a minute 47 left in the third. Kennard for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Now just a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Here's Yabusele. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Bane with it. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Hey, I'm stating the obvious here, but he was very comfortable taking that shot. Not a defender in sight.
Maxey kicks to Gordon. Outside Edwards. Maxey sets a screen for Edwards. 6 to shoot. Here's Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Maxey taking up that airspace, doing a nice job just bouncing off the floor there.
Pass to Conchar. Bane with it. Picked up by Edwards. Back to Bane for the lead. Here's Bagley. And he banks in the lane. Bagley's got it all tied up now for Memphis.
And the dogged attitude of Bagley. When shots go up, he wants to be the first to pounce on misses.
Pass to Yabusele. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Yeah, disappointing not to convert all of them, but he did get the one to give them the lead.
Kennard, the pass to Bane. Back to Kennard. Jackson setting the pick here for Kennard. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Luke Kennard. Marvin Bagley is out there with G.G. Jackson. Then it's John Conchal. And it's Bain in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And here's Edwards from the arc. Offensive rebound. Bona, the dunk, and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line.
Second personal foul.
Marvin Bagley picks one up. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, and thus far, it's paying off.
Boy, they showed no hesitation on the mid-range game as well. I thought that was really a big key for them.
Kennard against Gordon. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Pass to Bona. Back to Maxey. Edwards looking it over. Kicks it out to Maxey. Offline with his 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Conchar. High post Bagley. Jackson against Gordon. A kick out to Bain. Here's Conchar. Sinks the triple. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Bagley finds Jackson. Back to Bagley. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And at this stage, this is where Bagley feels most comfortable. I mean, knows he has the size and touch to score inside.
Pass to Bona. Maxey with it. Guarded by Bain. Maxey attacking. Kicks it out to Gordon. Edwards inside. Conchar covering. And it's Bona missing. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. And that one drops. And now it's a 3-point Grizzly lead.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Kennard against Gordon. Here's Conchar. A kick out to Bain. Kennard on the wing. Shoots the 3. Conchar, good. Conchar's got 6 points in the quarter.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Edwards.
Selfless pass there from Maxey. Really able to handle the guard position quite well.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And the 76ers with some changes. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
Lowry against Morant. Now here is George. He's guarded closer. Off target at the rim. George against Morant. Here's the screen. On the wing. Jackson from outside the arc. And Embiid pulls it down.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Got it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Morant surveying the D. Money!
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Good!
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
The Grizzlies call timeout. And Memphis making a change here.
Coming onto the floor from the Grizzlies, number 2.
9 seconds left in the game. Floats one up. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel
BA, it typically means we'll get a clean game. These guys have been around for a while and know how to take care of the basketball.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. They've got Andre Drummond, Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Paul George, and it's Lowry in at the 1 spot. Here's Oubre. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
And slam dunk by Simmons.
As a scorer, Simmons' best work comes right at the rim.
George outside. And he buries his first look.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Pass to Zubac. To the wing on the left. Harden with it. He's guarded by Lowry. Harden can't hit.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And then Embiid with the dunk.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
They get it again.
You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
Lowry finds George. Out to Oubre from behind the arc. The rebound by Simmons. The Clippers have gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Zubac. And there's the foul. It's on even to Zubac. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
The 76ers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. George with it. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist. George has gotten his second bucket.
Yeah, muscling his way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Lowry, good.
Showing how confident he is off the dribble, Lowry is so dangerous shooting when he's in a rhythm.
Simmons, the pass to Harden. Zubac with a screen on Lowry. The kick out to Simmons. Down low. And it's Simmons with the jam.
This is where you get Simmons the ball moving downhill towards the cup.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Oh, stolen by Harden. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie. And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. George passes to Embiid. Back to George. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to go on Kawhi Leonard.
I like when George uses the shot fake to his advantage because he's good at fooling the defenders.
Clippers trail by 4. Harden surveying the D. Zubac with a screen on Lowry. Harden, the pass to Zubac. Back to Harden. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Fooled the D that time. Harden with the soft touch, okay.
Lowry, the pass to George. Drummond up top. Embiid against Leonard. Drummond, the screen on Leonard. Here's Embiid. Kicks it to George. Just 4 to shoot. He takes it in. And, oh, he just jams it right over Ivica Zubac.
Gotta like the momentum on George's drive. Cutting into the defense and clearing himself a path.
And Embiid with the block. And it's Simmons with the jam. Here's Here's Lowry. 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Embiid passes to Lowry. Back to Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good eye.
And then Harden with the jam.
Brilliant move by Harden against the foul, getting the whistle and the bucket.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter here. Lowry, the pass to George. Drummond with the screen. Nice shot by George. George has got 10.
And you see the creativity George has. Just comfortable operating in screen and rolls and taking what he sees.
Nice shot by Harden.
Great recognition of the mismatch, abusing the smaller defender. Poor guy.
Lowry outside. Pass to Embiid. Out left to the wing. Here's Drummond. Got a hand on it. Over Simmons. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They've started the game the right way. Penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
Man, they're just having their way, bullying the other team in the painted area, imposing their will down there whenever they want.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Edwards. Eric Gordon is out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Bona in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Jones with a screen on Maxey. To the middle. Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession. Maxey against Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 5. There's the drive and rejected. Up top, Maxey, defended by Jones. Pass to Bona. Outside Edwards. Jacks up a 3. They grab their own miss. Yabusele, and that's good. Off the glass that time.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Brown, he's checked in for coffee. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Outside Maxey. And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
First team foul.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Kick out to Brown. Outside Jones. Sinks it from distance. Jones has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Yabusele. The kick out to Maxey. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Willing that ball in. Tyrese Maxey has a nose for points.
Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer. Wow, he really fires up his team with his ability to extend possessions.
It's tipped. Jones against Edwards.
Foul, Philadelphia. Edwards. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, it's stolen.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
2 points. That one goes.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Powell outside. Brown, a screen on Gordon. Powell for three. The rebound by Yabusele. Philadelphia leading by 3. It's deflected. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
76ers ball.
1:52 left to play in the half. Shot is good by Gordon.
Well, if you let him shoot freely, you're going to give up a lot of trays.
Here's Brown. Second chance effort. Rebound by Philadelphia. For 3, Gordon. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Heads up on the money pass by Maxey. Great vision.
Bogdanovich with it. Guarded now by Maxey. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the slam dunk is arguably pro basketball's signature play. And forward Nicholas Batum said growing up, you have so much joy in dunking. You're one of the few people in the world that can. But Father Time marches on, and like most vets, he's come to grips with the reality. He said, my body told me, no more, bro.
Well, leave that to the youngsters now, right? All right, Allie, thanks. Back to Brown. Powell outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound to end the run. Powell, a screen on Gordon. Pass to Powell. Second shot opportunity. And it's Bono with a rebound.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some sort of momentum.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, BA.
Hey, little exclamation point. Bogdanovich, that's good.
And this is why Bogdanovich is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
The kick out to Edwards. Gordon on the take. And Gordon with the big finish.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And so it's Philadelphia liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. They've been fantastic pushing the ball. Fast break points. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Without question, Eric Gordon displaying his skills today.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Ben Simmons is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Chris Dunn. Then it's James Harden. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Ty Lue. Clippers on D, down by 15. Drummond inside. He's guarded by Zubac. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And then Harden with the jam.
see you throwing it down on top of the defense.
George, left side. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Zubac.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
To the paint. Here's Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
Oh, the slam from Leonard. Love watching him finish with force.
Lowry with it. Dunn in his pocket. For three. George. Philadelphia with another miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Dunn's shot is good. Dunn's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard, but Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from three for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
On the drive, Kawhi uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got his third bucket of the night.
This is anyone's game now, and they have the momentum.
Things are firing on all cylinders for them right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his third foul so far.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Nice shot by George.
Gets the ball and takes the shot. It's that easy for Paul George.
Harden, the pass to Dunn. Harden with a screen on Oubre. Dunn with it. Picked up by Lowry. Count the basket.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now.
Good length. Simmons so tough on the defensive side.
Harden against George. Unloads from 13. And again, it's the Clippers converting.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Hey, Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A., I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
With an MVP trophy under his belt, Joel Embiid has only become more dominant, RJ.
I think that 2023 MVP increased his confidence. It allowed him to feel like he really was the best player in the world. And I think it motivated him to keep pushing himself. And the results speak for themselves because the stats, they back that up.
And it's a completely new group for the Clippers. Here are the Clippers. They're on a 13-5 run. Wow, it's good.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Philadelphia leading by 5. Here's Maxey. And he slams it in one-handed.
What you love about Max is he plays with so much energy, it's hard to keep up with.
Pass to Powell. Gordon with a steal. And they're on the run. Jumps up. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
And they've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
Jones from outside. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Borna's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Yabusele. Launches it. The rebound by Eubanks. Clippers trail by 9. Outside Bogdanovich. And there's the lob. 6 on the shot clock. Powell outside. They get it back. To the inside. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And credit to Bogdanovich for not giving up there. He gets his shot off and wins a foul for his trouble.
Both good from the line that time. The Sixers lead by 7. Here's Maxey. Left side, Edwards. The kick out to Maxey. And the three-pointer goes. Maxey's got 12.
The pure shooting stroke of Maxey, gifted at draining it from outside the arc.
Pass to Powell. Maxey against Bogdanovich. Picked his pocket. And Maxey, here we go. The layup off target. For three, Powell. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Philadelphia earning this break in the action. Up. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
And for the defense, it's so tough to guard a big man with that kind of court vision and dime dropping ability.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Taking a look at Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey is out there with Eric Gordon. Then there's Edwards, and it's Yabusele in at the 4. Here we go, the Sixers on the break. Man, that one's good. Bona. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Eubanks brings the double. Edwards, a pass to Gordon. Outside Edwards. Here's Yabusele. Eubanks defending. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. Here's Maxey. And now we've got an intentional foul. And it's a completely new group for the Clippers. And some changes here for the 76ers.
Substitution on the court.
Off the inbound pass. And the finish by George. And the 76ers lead by 14.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
And Kyle Lowry is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Harden, the pass to Simmons. Back to Harden. Here's the teardrop. It's hauled in by the Sixers. And Lowry puts up a deep three. Knocks down the long J.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Done. The pass to Harden. Here's the floater. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
It's tough to defend that. The defense was there. Harden just makes a difficult shot.
The Sixers lead by 14. And here's Oubre from the arc. And that comes off the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 4 assists in the game.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Embiid passes to Lowry. Now George. Simmons defending. And Chris Dunn gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul so far.
Second team foul.
Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now.
You know what? He's got to look to get other guys involved. The three-point stroke is off.
Knocks it down from distance.
You got to chase Harden off that three-point line. He is too good of a shooter to be given any airspace from that line.
Here's Embiid. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Ivica Zubac. Clippers trail by 15. Zubac, screen. Here's Harden going inside. Oh, Drummond with a block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. On defense, the Sixers. Outside Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
That one rolls around and rims out. The Sixers lead by 15. Lowry with it. Harden picks him up. Kicks it to George. Embiid, a screen on Simmons. George for three. It's rebounded by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Dunn. Let's go with a three. Yes, and a nice assist from Harden.
Capable of playing either guard position. Harden's sense for when his teammates are open is ridiculous.
Lowry, the pass to George. There's 1:26 left in the fourth. Here's Drummond. Oh, sweet move. And slammed it home. And the foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to be on Ivica Zubac. Clippers trail by 15.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the 76ers.
Offensively, they made the most of their trips.
They found multiple ways to score consistently, and a little luck doesn't hurt them either. They also got some nice bounces off the rim tonight, too.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Tyrese Maxey.
I think people could learn a lot from how versatile he was in this one. Whatever the situation was, he found a way to be a difference maker.
Lowry surveys the D. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Harden from outside. Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid with it. Harden picks him up from deep. Embiid can't hit. And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. 15-point game. Dunn outside. Fires away from way outside. No good. So no problem for Philadelphia. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
it seems like the key matchup tonight is down inside in the paint.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Expect this one to be really physical. If either team backs down, they can just get run over tonight, but I don't expect that to happen. It's going to be a slugfest.
We love those kind of games. They're a lot of fun.
Well, you aren't kidding.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Wells, and it's Edey in at the 5. Now Morant after Norman Powell missed from long range. Harden against Bane. Pass to Powell. It's good. The assistant. Time from Harden.
Oh, great find there from Harden. He's just so good at finding his teammates in rhythm.
Morant with a wide open look. They get it back. Outside for Jackson. Wells sets the pick for Jackson. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Trains the 3 while he's being fouled, and he might be able to make this a 4-point play.
And this is Harden's specialty. One of the best in the league at drawing contact, and yet still able to convert.
Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that, but Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
And that one, good. Harden's got 6.
And for Harden, finishing through contact is just part of the job description. He gets bodied up almost every time he takes it inside.
Now Harden following the miss by Jaren Jackson from deep, and the basket by Harden.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
So it's the Clippers now. Following the miss by John Morant from deep. To the right side. Here's Wells. Sinks the triple. Wells has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
The D just sagged off just enough. And no hesitation on his part.
And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Tyronn Lue for just a minute. Of course, John Morant's name first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Edey. Shot clock at 3. Bane way outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Los Angeles leading by 9 after back-to-back 50-win seasons. Stan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27 and 55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
Bane with it, now guarded by Dunn. Again, the miss by Bane. The Clippers have gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Bane way outside. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Edie, good, and a nice assist from Morant.
It's like reading the picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
Harden the pass to Dunn. Lets it go with a three. Leonard kicks to Dunn. Morant against Harden. Harden with the step.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
The deep three from Bane. Kept alive. Outside Jackson. Takes a three. The shot comes out. James Harden getting it done for the Clippers. He witnessed him delivering a shot. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Bogdanovich out there with Miller. Then there's Drew Eubanks. And it's Mills. And it's Christie in at the 2. Here's Steffens. Here's Huff. It's good from about 19 feet. Huff's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Grizzlies. They set the pick. And here's Mills for 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Now, here's Pippen. Pass to Huff. There's a screen by Aldama. Huff, no good. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Clippers. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Here's Mills after Memphis gets the 3. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Mills with the steal. Outside Bogdanovich. Puts up a 3. That one's in, his first shot this game. And eventually every player GA has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fella. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully by that point it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Traps in the tray.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Now here's Mills, still without a basket. Miller, no luck. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Kennard against Bogdanovich. Kennard's shot is off. Clippers leading by 9. Miller outside. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Miller's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Yeah, they did a great job of controlling the pace throughout the game and keeping the defense on their heels.
And the Clippers have possession after Memphis gets the 3. Lets it go from the wing. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA is looking for greater parity, but Golden State's Draymond Green said, quite frankly, with this new CBA, dynasties are over. We're the last dynasty you'll be able to speak of because of the way this salary cap is set up. I guess we'll see. Kevin?
I hope he's not right, but he may be onto something, David. Thank you. Mills, that's a two-pointer. Stephens pulls it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Aldama's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Grizzlies. Mills with it. He's picked up by Pippen. Here's Eubanks. It's hauled in by Huff. Huff's got 5 rebounds tonight. For 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
The shot's good from Christie.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
They get it again. Pass to Aldama. A 3-ball. Eubanks grabs the miss. Eubanks got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Christie. Back to Eubanks. Here's Christie. Misses the 3. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Clippers lead by 4. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
So on the floor for Memphis, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the 5 spot. Morant against Harden. The Grizzlies pull it in. Out to the wing. From deep. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Wells.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
And when Harden's this close, he looks to score. Love his mentality.
Morant kicks to Jackson. Launches it. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
The Clippers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Count that one.
An offensive juggernaut. It's fun watching Harden go out and just take over.
Wells dishes to Morant. Pass to Jackson for the tie. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Harden the pass to Dunn. Back to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Powell sets a screen for Harden. And the shot goes down. Harden's got 10 points in just the second half.
And that touch Harden has, making the floater look so effortless coming off his fingertips.
Jackson from long range. A kick out to Bain. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
Substitution on the court.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. The Grizzlies with another miss. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Mills with it, fires for 3. It's hauled in by Huff. Huff's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Aldama. And no good, had a chance to take the lead there.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Mills passes to Christie. Out to Miller. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Huff's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Aldama. 18 feet out. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Aldama's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies. Here's Christie. It's blocked. And they get it back. Miller, the pass to Eubanks. Mills with it. The 3. It's good from long range. Mills has got 5.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Here's Aldama. The offensive rebound. From past the arc. That shot missing.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Miller outside. Stephens pulls it in. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Stevens, 3-point.
15 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Mills looking it over. 2 on the clock. Can't hit that one. James Harden getting it done for Los Angeles. And his big game. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The Grizzlies shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Jackson has the open look. Drills it from outside.
Jackson Jr.
Jackson's got the lead up to 1 now for Memphis.
A big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
Leonard, no luck. Now Wells, there's the 3. The rebound by Harden. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Wells kicks to Morant. From downtown, the Clippers grab the miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Clippers in the lead. Puts up a deep three. And James Harden good for three. Harden's got 37.
I mean, there's just no limit to Harden's range. Even from way downtown, this guy is a threat to score. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And when Harden notices a lane to the basket, he takes it. Relentless in how he exploits the defense.
Stolen by Harden. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's the three. Got a piece of it. Fast break Memphis. Here's Heaney. No good on the triple. Clippers leading by three. Down low. Stolen by Jackson. Unhindered. Going all the way. And stolen by Leonard. Dunn, wide open, he fires. Good on the three-point shot. Dunn's got himself on the board with three there. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
2 minutes.
Harden kicks to Dunn. It's Powell on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 6. And a wide open look for Bain. Hits the three-point bomb.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Powell, that's good.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Wells. Good. And nice assist from Morant. Morant's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Oh, you got to love the back and forth action we're witnessing here right now. I mean, the crowd's going crazy. One moment for one three-pointer, then they come right back and boom, another. Boy, this is starting to get real.
Clippers leading by 3. Outside Leonard. Back to Harden. 1:12 left in the fourth quarter. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Harden's got 41. There's Jackson with the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
And that's a player with no fear. Jackson steps to the forefront, goes out and gets them a massive bucket.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies, trailing by 2.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Harden, and there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Leonard.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
Leonard, the pass to Dunn. And here is Powell. Will it go? Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
First team.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
And a tough miss as the second of 3 shots at the line missing. 1 to go. And he nails the 3rd. 24 seconds left in the 4th. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
First team.
There's 21 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he is unable to get the second one.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
Powell dishes to Harden. Takes a three. Right between the eyes.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
Stolen by Harden. Misses the shot. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up. So now for break.